Hey, welcome to ClankTV. Q-Ray is coming at you right now, and I'm going to tell you again, because I've done this video before, I'm going to tell you why gun control is a bad idea. Look, gun control is really weapon control. You're trying to control a weapon because some people misuse it and they kill other people. Now, the problem when you try to control a tool is that you can't take away that intent. The intent is there. So people have been using weapons since the beginning of time to cause harm on other people, to conquer other continents, to go to war, to do all kinds of things. The intent is what made these people use that tool to cause harm. Now, a weapon is a tool. It's a tool of destruction. I mean, you use it to hunt, or you can use it to kill someone else, or whatever the case may be. It's still a tool. It's not really a destruction force on its own. That you can leave a gun there for 1,000 years, it's not going to kill anybody unless you go in there and mess with it. So that's the first thing, is understanding that you're not really controlling murder, you're controlling a tool. There's been other tools used to kill people, poison, gas, there's been bombs, there's been cars. Cars is a big one. I mean, you always hear about people that want to cause harm. They running over people and doing all kinds of things because the intent is there. So when you have the intent, you can literally get a frozen fish and stab somebody with it, and it's happened. So the intent is really where the problem lies. And when you fall victim into thinking that taking away guns will solve the problem, let me explain something. That's not going to happen. This is what happened to the Native Americans. These are the Native Americans, and these are the conquistadors, or whoever came to this country, Christopher Columbus, whoever you want to say that came here. They have weapons. They have guns. They killed them because they didn't have guns. When you take away the gun, you become defenseless. When you take away the defense against whatever it may be, you want to defend your family, or someone breaks into your home, someone else is on crack and they go in there with a weapon or whatever, and you need to defend yourself, you won't be able to do that if you have gun control. So you can forget about that. You can forget all about being able to defend yourself or your family. That's first. Second, Jamaica has some of the strictest gun laws in the world. Guns are just not welcome here. You can't have them, you can't do anything with them. Some of the highest crime. Mexico. It's illegal to own a gun in Mexico. Citizens can have guns. That's something the military does. In Mexico, you can't have a gun. Does it really curb? It still has a high crime rate. So over here, I have the countries that have a high gun control, but also a high crime rate. Here I have countries that have a high gun control and a low crime rate. Japan has really strict gun laws. Their murder rate and so on is low. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think it's because they have less guns than, let's say, Jamaica or Mexico? No, it's probably the same amount of there's going to be guns whether it's legal or not. The reason is culture. It's just a different culture. It has nothing to do with the weapon. It's just, if you have a culture of violence and you have a culture that murder is an option, it's going to happen whether there's guns or not. Let's say, just for the sake of this example, let's use, gang members. In a perfect world, for some of you people that think that gun control is the answer, all guns are illegal, right? That's some people feel that that's the way to go. Okay, you pass a law, it's written in the books, all guns are illegal. Now, you go tell all the gang members that they have to turn in their guns because now they're illegal. Go do it. I mean, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna go gang member by gang member and go, guys, come on, it's over. Guns are illegal now. No one's gonna do that. And even if you did, why would they go? Why would they turn in their guns? Why would they do that? I mean, I understand that it has nothing to do whether it's a law or not. Make guns illegal, it will not stop the people that want a gun to have a gun. And people say, well, if you have less access to them, okay, gang members are not going filling in permits to buy a gun. All right, if you have let's say you've been in jail and you can't have a weapon because of whatever reason, you have a felony, you're not going to get a gun by going to Walmart and getting a gun. All right, I mean, let's be real here. Like people that want a gun and can't have a gun will get a gun by any means necessary, and there's always going to be someone there to supply them. So that's the problem with criminals. They're not going to turn in their guns. You cannot go to a criminal and go, look, come on, man, it's illegal now. You can't have a gun. Come on, please, just put it away. Like, what are you gonna do? So I think we need to stop being naive, thinking that laws are the thing that dictate the murder rate or so on. The murder rate is high because of the culture. And the culture is the way it is because that's just the way that this country was founded in a lot of violence. And there's nothing wrong with that nowadays. I mean, we're beyond those days, I think, or not. But the fact is that you can't change that culture and now put a law that forces people to change who they are, who they want to be. So people have run over, like I mentioned earlier, people have run over people with cars. Are you going to make all the cars illegal? Oh, he used a Ford Focus. Well, let's make all the Ford Focus illegal. Like a type of car or making cars illegal, that's not going to work. So I just wanted to bring up these examples, and I know there's a lot more out there, but I just want you to understand that gun control is not the answer. Actually, it could be counterproductive if you really dig deep into it. And you need to really look at the whole situation that if a kid brings a gun to school, it has nothing to do with the gun. It has to do with his intent. It has to do with his mind. It has to do with that person wanting to cause harm. If he brings a knife, if he brings whatever, but when are we gonna start thinking about intent? And why do people do what they do and stopping people from doing what they're doing instead of taking tools away in order to stop something that people will continue to have or use or whatever. Criminals will always have guns, and you can decide whether you want to have one or not. But if you make it illegal and you're a law-abiding citizen, you won't have a gun. The criminal's still gonna have a gun. Think about it. Stealing cars is illegal. People still do it. Drugs, a lot of drugs are illegal. People still do them. Breaking into your home in the middle of the night, people still do it. What makes you think that making guns illegal, people will stop killing? It just doesn't make any sense. And other countries have proven this theory to be correct. So until next time, I'm gonna be out. If you like what I said, give me a like. If you didn't, then give me a dislike. I don't really care. But you just have to face the facts. And if you're educated and you look for that knowledge, you will find it. But don't just go based on whatever CNN or the news and whatever they're saying. Like, do your own research and go about what makes sense to you. And I know it makes sense. So if it makes sense to you, that's the reality, that's the truth. Don't go with what all the sheep are. If the sheep are going that way, don't go that way. Go where you need to go based on your common sense. So until next time, make sure you subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.